Hello everyone, Attack Power here with Game 2 between myself and Jaapaasa in the Season 11 of the Steel Division 2 League. Let's dive right in here to Orsha East. And on the left, in the red, we have Jaapaasa playing Group Dody on Maverick Income. And on the right, we have myself playing 26th Panzer on Flatline Income. So a quick rundown of how the picks and bans work this season. It is 10 bans for each player to pick, and then player 1 picks their division, then player 2 picks division and income, and then the player 1 picks the other income. So this game I was player 2, and he picked Group Dody, which made it through bans, and that's kind of on me. I forgot that every Allied Men of Steel division DLC division has to be banned. And yeah, so Group Dody got through. That's okay. I mean, unfortunately, we had most of the other divisions that I would have liked to play here banned. So I ended up going with 26th Panzer, a division that historically I do not play well with, but I felt in this situation would have some good tools, and we'll talk about it when we get there. So Group Dody, very, very strong division out of the new DLC. Not the toppest of the toppest, of course, 1st Air Force and 1st SSB really stealing the thunder there, but this division is still very, very good. The recon tab, phenomenal. You have snipers out the butt. You get these saboteurs and tractions, which are just a disgusting way to start any game. M8 spam as well, and some Stuart. So just a ton of speed and snipers, which is all you could really ever want from a recon tab. The infantry tab is beyond phenomenal. This is, of course, the highlight of the division. This infantry tab is absolutely busted. But it's less busted than a lot of the other divisions because the other parts of this division are weak in comparison. You have Maquisards, AB rifles, glider rifles. The Gumiers are these big fat 20-man squads. More AB rifles. The Partigiani are these Italian Molotov slinging CQC infantry, and then you have the Montagnards, which have snipers or bazookas depending on the version you take of them. Very, very strong infantry all the way across. Tank tab, very lackluster with some Stuarts and M10s, which aren't even really tanks, they're tank destroyers, but there they are. Support tab, okay with the howitzers, the 105 howitzers, along with 50 cals, and 50 cals are disgusting, so that's really not bad. Hotchkiss is here as well. Then you have the AT tab, which on this map is good. On a lot of maps can be very bad. But M10s, Pack 40, the 57 mil and the M3 gun. On this map, it's good because these M3s can be really effective on that hill where it's tight. AA tab, fine. 25 mils and Bofors, nothing to be upset about there. RD tab, really good with the long toms and the radio mortars and such, and the 105s if you wanted them. And the air tab, also very good with lots of P47s, big boomies, and the B26 Marauders. On the other side here, 26th Panzer, a very strong division, A tier. No horribly bad weaknesses. The recon tab, really good. You get SDKFZ, some Panthers, Panzer 3s. There's no infantry much to speak of. The infantry tab is good. It's not amazing, but it is good. You do get Stolstruperettas, which are a really strong infantry CQC unit that you can bring in. I'm bringing in B-Phase, so I have plenty of them to work with. Pioneers, and then Panzergren MG34, which you have to bring in a good number of because that's the majority of your infantry, and then Panzergrens. Your tank tab, a really nice mix of medium tanks, some Panthers, you get Panzer 3s and the Stug M42, which is a really efficient medium tank. Support tab, pretty phenomenal. You get Panzer 4s, which you get 8 of them on a card. The Grillas, MG42s, all kinds of fun stuff there. The AT tab, I mean, Yak Panzer 4s are great, but otherwise you lack in the light AT department, which is definitely a bit of an issue. The AA tab, also SDKFZ is really good, but you only get it in A phase. The Gepards are not good, but double vetting them makes them bearable. And honestly, I'm using these more as like close support. They can shred infantry, similar to like a Crusader AA from the Commonwealth. The FAMOs are 88s, and they are not great because they run out of ammo after like 3 planes. It's pretty bad. So yeah, not a great AA tab. RD tab, really expensive. Good options, but really, really expensive RD tab. You see, I'm not even bringing the RD leader. I'm actually bringing 2 cards of infantry leaders, which is something I rarely ever do. Usually I'm using the RD leader, but the RD tab is so expensive. So 81 mil mortar and the 150 mil Hummel here. And the air tab, okay, you get Focke-Wulfs with medium resilience, definitely good. You get the Alcionas, definitely good. And you get a really good fighter in the Sagittario. There's no AT planes, though, which can definitely be a little bit problematic. But otherwise, yeah, a pretty good air tab, a good division overall. The thought process here with my counter pick with it, none of the divisions I really would have played here, like 1st Panselos or, you know, the cavalry divisions or any of those were available. I didn't really want the big cat divisions because they just suffer on this hill. So my thought process here was, light armor here with the Panzer 3s and the Stug M42 should counter his few tanks pretty well, and then allow me to, you know, bully around some of his infantry, hopefully with like the Panzer IV F1s and stuff. Of course, a lot of his infantry have, a ton of his infantry have AT on them, which is, you know, an issue, of course. Lots of bazookas around. So I knew that going in, so hopefully just keeping out of 250 meter range and stuff would allow me to, you know, blunt the advantage of his infantry. And most importantly is the flatline income. So why attack power? Why flatline? Why not your famous balance? You know, surviving Maverick with balance is really hard. And truthfully, flatline gets the same result, but it makes it a little easier in A phase and B phase, because you end up being down 350 points instead of 450 points. And that 100 points, that can be a big difference. You know, that can be, I think it's 400 points versus 450 points at the end of the day, but you get more points in A phase, which can really help. And you're still up 45 points in C phase. Like, you're still getting way more points than him at the end of the day. And of course, here's the Saboteur early traction rush, because that's not cheesy or annoying at all. I did deploy pretty conservatively, knowing this would happen. You know, you see I got everything deployed. Honestly, probably should have just given up this southern area. I was never beating his phenomenal CQC infantry. So this was definitely a mistake trying to fight over this. Even deployed a Panzergren way back, expecting to get smacked around in here. So I'm not exactly sure why I even deployed there at all. Should have just skipped it altogether. M3 gun already showing its stuff here, killing off my SDKFZ. I was really hoping these wouldn't get into position that quickly. This one doing a little bit better, picking out one of the saboteurs here to kill off. As my armor finally starts to arrive, he's got an early 81 mortar coming after me hard already. As double Panzer IV down south comes in. But unfortunately, no recon here means this M8's going to get the first shot, and it lands and pens. What is it? 70 at 7 rounds a minute. Fortunately, my Panzer IV misses completely. What's the armor on this dude? 50 millimeters, so it makes sense that they're penning. The Panzer III now coming in. Pioneers moving forward, but unfortunately, they won't be able to beat these vetted up troops here. And this Pioneer is going to go down to the Saboteurs, even with the support of the Panzer IV, unfortunately. Already coming down my MG42. Panzer III not firing at this M8. I guess turret turn or something. I don't know. Did turn off the APCR as he continues to dodge back and forth, trying to dodge all my tanks. Does still get a pen on my Panzer IV, but finally it goes down. And my infantry down south getting absolutely squished. I mean, they didn't do anything. Like, my infantry literally did nothing. It's so bad. Yeah, this is... I should have just not deployed down here at all. Just given this flag up and pushed really hard up north. My northern push here, I did decide to push a little bit up north. Was successful in capturing this flag and kind of blunting some of his advantage. But unfortunately, he's capturing 2 flags here as my Flammenwerfer went down to the Saboteur here. And my center isn't going terribly. Like, I knew this would be rough here in the middle. I can't spot this because of the freaking Raider trait making these invisible, essentially. Which is annoying AF. I think this thing takes out like 3 or 4 tanks. Pretty bad. Pioneer does get the grenade off on the Maquisards. Does a good bit of damage, but doesn't pin him down or anything. Panzer IV backs up to stay away from the bazooka. And unfortunately, I misclicked, so the Focke-Wulf flew over instead of going in for the bombing run immediately, which would have saved my Pioneer Fuhrer. So definitely a major little micro mistake there for me, hurting a lot. Panzergren's finally starting to move in here to try to get back on this flag as I try to push forward 50 cals. I mean, Hotchkiss doing what essentially a 50 cal does. These M1 guns also have HE on top of everything else, so that's just annoying. Unfortunately, losing most of my units. I have the flag, and now back to a 12-12, so I'm pretty happy with that as I desperately hold on to the hill here, killing off some of these saboteurs. My tanks do a pretty good job of holding off his armor and such. Focke-Wulf now flies through and doesn't do much of anything now because of the misclick for me. A bunch of armor moving in now as well. And unfortunately, I keep throwing troops at this, and it was a mistake. I really should have just let it go. But I keep throwing units at it, trying to recapture this, and that was really quite dumb. I could have been deploying these units into the center. He's not even that strongly deployed here in the center. M1 gun spotting my Panzer III. with its super invisibility powers. Gumier Eclairs here getting spotted by my SDK of Z, so happy to do some damage to that. M3 gun here, didn't even see it in time. That takes out the SDK of Z. And now I've lost my northern flag. Jaapaasa continues his 13-11, but it's all right. It's all right. It's all right. My flatline income choice here is definitely helping me get some more troops out here and keep myself in this at the moment and keep him from getting an overwhelming advantage here. So yeah, the concept essentially is like, you know, if you're gonna if all I want to play is balanced, I might as well just play flatline instead and have a better chance of surviving the early rounds against Maverick. Because at the end of the day, I still have the big advantage in C. I'm getting 45 points more a phase tick than him, which is still a lot of points. I mean, he's getting 40 more points than me in, or 45 points more than me in B phase, and it's crushing. So it makes sense that having 45 points more than him in C phase should be equally crushing at some point. And the advantage in A actually can be really helpful. I mean, that's 100 extra points in A, which could be a commander or something if the game is going the right way. And yeah, so that's the thought process around the flatline against Maverick thing. Go ahead and weigh in the comments if you think that's a good plan or a bad one. You'll see here how it works out. But remember, it's not always all about the income. There's a lot of play factors. We can already see I've been making some questionable choices here. But despite that, doing all right at only a 14-10 here, and he's barely got a 14-10. So bomber coming in for this M1 gun. Need to kill that off. Been annoying the piss out of me. And luckily for me, no AA here. He's only AA down south. And I didn't retreat it because there's no AA, so I'm going to go back in for a gun run. That Hotchkiss could be dying, and I want it to be dead. The AB rifle's getting overwhelmed by my MG, my Panzergren MG34, so happy to see that. Now 13-11 with the recapture down up north here. Another Focke-Wulf coming in. I actually, in time, believe it or not, think to turn off some of the bombs to do double bomb run. See? I did it. I really did it. Woo! And unfortunately... Oh, no, I did hit this glider rifle pretty good. And now I'm going to come back around and bomb this Hotchkiss again if this Focke-Wulf can't finish it off first. Now the Panther 3 getting hit by this 37 mil. This 37 mil gonna do a lot of damage here. What is the... What a very good stealth. Not exceptional. But god darn it, I can't see that darn thing. Even with my Aufklär standing right here. Nope, gonna lose another Panzer 3 to it. He's infantry now in position, but the sniper of the leader here just gonna shred me out in the open. The M8 did not die. I can't stand M8s. They're just so annoying. Now the Focke-Wulf finally falling back. Fortunately, I did not kill this Hotchkiss somehow. Another 25 mil comes in. Pioneer getting easily overwhelmed as I pushed it forward, thinking those saboteurs were all dead. I didn't realize he called in 3 of them. Thought it was just a reasonable number, like 2. Have grabbed this flag up north, so this is going pretty well. More reinforcements coming in. Going to try to push for this flag here. As these Panzergrens go down. Now Pack 40. A Pioneer coming in again. I'm just not getting the message that this is a terrible idea. M8 taking a hit from the Panzer 3. Will it go down? Haja! It will. Yay, M8's dead. Hoorah. MG42 finding someone to poke on. M3 gun gonna keep getting kills here. Oof. These Panzergrens shouldn't have all died, though. This thing doesn't do that much damage. It does 5 damage, so I don't understand why did nobody come out of this. Like, usually when the transport dies from a weaker gun, some infantry should have popped out. So I'm a little confused. Go ahead and explain to me why I'm an idiot in the comments. I don't fully understand why that didn't work that way. I know it's PTRSs definitely do it, but I thought even AT guns a lot of times, units pop out of them anyway. FTKZ doing the work here. My Panzergrens try to hold off some of these infantry. Fortunately, it's about to run out of its AP weaponry. It's autocannon. Panzerschreck moving in because I expected there to be more armor pushing across into this area. Currently 12-12, so my northern push here is successful in relieving some pressure. This frickin' 8-3 gun, though. God darn it. The thing is so annoying. Getting so much value out of a 30-point unit. It's really bad for letting him do that. 81 mortar coming in. This 81 mortar doing lots and lots of fun damage for him. Panzer now push back and forth to this M5A1 going to be just in a slightly annoying position. As reinforcements come in to reinforce my position here, which is keeping me in this game currently. If I had not wasted all these points down here, I could have deployed all of those up here to really actually have a strong position or push this flag. But attack power was making dumb decisions at that time and continue to make dumb decisions until now finally decided to cease with my idiotic thinking. Anyone will mortar now in to kill specifically these M3 guns and these M1 guns, which are absolutely shredding me all over the map. First hit, very nice. Second hit, not so nice. And now he's falling back, which means the damage will be reduced and this M3 gun will likely survive. Oh, nope. As I keep trying to get some infantry into this little house here to secure this. Just not going to happen, though. There's annoying Stuart doing the work. Putting the effort in. As a Panzer IV now coming in to try to cover off this open ground a little bit better. Panzer III in a fun spot here. But now his glider rifles have pushed 40s back to a 1410 with the cap of this flag and this one up north. M3 gun spotting my Panzer IV, unfortunately. Will it claim another victim? It looks like the answer is yes. Oh, good God. I was really, like, leaning on these Panzer IVs to be phenomenal, and I did not micro them well enough, and then they weren't phenomenal because I microed them like crap. As I'm slowly getting rolled off the hill in the center. And now Jaapaasa picking up a 15-9 just as we get into B phase, which is really bad. Like, we're only just getting to B phase. I do immediately bring it back to a 14-10. Capture of this northern flag. The M3 gun did go down. I just want those dead at this point. All of them. Every single one. I need that all to be dead. But his push on the hill becoming harder and harder to hold back. These Montagnards with all sniper rifles, definitely a problem. As the Panzer III rolls out, APCR is off. Attack power doing good things now. Unfortunately, the other char catching me out, and now I'm getting pinned by everything. Hiya! M5 goes down. I actually bounce. Focke-Wulf in for the bombing strike on the Gumieres. Very nice. Panzer IV goes down to the M10, unfortunately. And my Panzer III still alive. Hiya! Kills off the other char, but now dies to it. So it trades, unfortunately. Not a great trade for me point-wise, to be sure. This Focke-Wulf going down here to the 25 mil combo there. Definitely an ouchie loss. Now back to a 15-9 for Jaapaasa. As Panzergren's starting to get in to try to clear out this in a moment. 81 mortar going after this M3 gun, like I said. I really want them dead. P-47, though, coming in with their big bombs, and I have no AA in at all. Wipes out one of my infantry squads. I decided to go with a Sagittario. Not a good choice since he already has AA. That was a bad choice. And then I wasn't paying attention, so yeah, I should be retreating because I'm not catching this P-47. Instead, I'm flying straight over a double-star 25 mil and a 37 mil, which are absolutely shredding it, and it fell back into it. It's already smoking, so my Sagittario are going to go down here. 120-point investment completely wasted. Yes, that is hard to watch. Here we go. And there it goes. Excuse me, I just threw up in my mouth. Rewatching that was kind of painful. Aufklär goes down, losing all my beautiful recon information I kind of really badly needed. Panzergren's standing out of cover. I don't know what the hell they're doing, honestly. Pack 40's now in as well. Definitely a problem, because now he can actually kill my tanks at longer range. These Stuarts are the most incredible Stuarts I've ever witnessed. The Stuga M42 does live up to its hype and successfully gets that kill. Probably should have just counter-batteried this at some point. My mortar could have easily killed that. They're pretty weak. But I wanted this M3 gun dead, which it finally is. Stolstruberetta now in. Call these guys in thinking there were dudes in this forest, and there weren't. Grilla now on the hill. Should have done this way sooner as well. Probably some of those wasted points down here could have been put into points up here and given me much stronger position. But we're at a 14-10 now again, which I can manage. Like, I can manage losing. I only got 5 minutes left to B phase, and I should start being able to pull back. So, I mean, I'm down, but it's a manageable down at the moment. But I'm very close to recapturing this flag. P-47 coming in, though, and still no AA, and my 2 tanks are right next to each other. Another big micro mistake here for attack power. And that Napalm does tail that Grilla, even though it's way over here and not in the fire at all. It did die after the fact, so that's definitely a bummer. That P-47 Napalm, though, is really, really good. More Stuarts. One goes down to my Stug M42, the other survives. And now my Flammenwerfer are going to go down here. Bunch of infantry trying to hold this flag, but now I've been pushed off the hill completely. And Jaapaasa is moving forward. Bringing a FAMO along with some Gepards now. The Stolstruberetta making a good... showing themselves well here. Remember, Gumier started at 21 men, so we're really chopping them down. My Panzerguns try to get into the buildings here. Unfortunately, getting stopped by the PaK-40 and glider rifles, and now the Montagnards with their sniper rifles. Because every unit needs a sniper rifle, right? Opa Blitz getting killed from... oh, that freaking M3 gun again. And now the P-47 catches my Aufklär as well, so that is devastating. Devastating loss there. Jaapaasa back on a 15-9 with this flag on the hill recaptured. Panzergun barely holding these off. Now my Pioneer Fear under pressure as well. As I managed to hold off his general push. Trying to get a Stolstrup into this woods here to clear this out a little bit. Now finally some AA up north, and there's some, I think, Gepards coming in. Nope, just kidding. There will be Gepards here at some point. Panzer 3 in. Recon. And now he is forced to fall back. I do have some infantry coming in to hold this flag, because I do see that as a problem. Still have 2 minutes of B phase, though. As I try to sneak this Panzergun around to get into this flag here. Partigiani unloading here. They're junky Breda guns. Focke-Wulf coming in. Trying just to bomb this out, because I know he's probably hiding behind the building or something. Will he get through? He does, actually. A nice bombing strike there. Focke-Wulf, ooh, will it get away? I'm not so sure. It will, yes. PaK-40 on this hill now. Will it pick up the kill on this MG42? The answer is no. 14-10 again, but now 15-9 again as my infantry try to get back into this flag. My Panzerguns actually help clear out this woods here. '88 helping the cause a bit. Montagnard is actually losing, but it was a combo MG42 and Panzergun there that did it. This double tick, though, is really starting to take its toll. There's the Gepards. And now the mortar supporting, because my Panzerguns are actually kind of winning a little bit. Like, almost. But now they're definitely losing because of the mortar support. Pioneer Fear coming back in after the one I lost here. Another guerrilla in. Try to help clear out all these infantry over here. These Panzerguns hold this flag. Gepards in now. And again, this is... I mean, yes, it's for AA, but these will not stop a bomber. It's actually more for killing any infantry I see. Partigiani versus my Stolstruberetta. The Partigiani will win. They have just better loadout here. And they're chunkier. And, of course, it's the 2-on-1 of the leader here. As I target my Stolstrup on these leaders to try to kill him, but unfortunately, I can't even do that. So, big bummer there for sure. Mortar sending a shot here to try to kill off some stuff. I do some damage. Whoops, be quiet. Apple Watch. Don't talk to me. Dealer trying to clear things out. Already, though, there's a Pack 40 on the hill here now all of a sudden. That's definitely bad. And yeah, I just can't get back on. We're finally into C phase, though. It's currently 14:10. I mean, I have 12 minutes if I can hold it to the single tick. And 12 minutes is enough time to bring it back and start to swing back. Because then I would have about, you know, I mean, I would have a solid 20 minutes, you know, to bring it back and hopefully just break him. It would have to be, it has to be basically a full break from there. Mortar going after that Pack 40. Sniper just shooting my dude for free. Anyone who thinks a sniper is not a disgustingly huge upgrade to an infantry unit has not experienced this before. More Panzergrens coming in for the grind. Mortar going to hit that AB rifle. The point here was so I could pin the AB rifle and move my Gepard up. And then the Gepard could clear out these Montagnards. That's the concept, at least. This Panzergren getting slapped pretty hard here. Now I'm going to lose this flag, which is keeping me at the 1410. And now, unfortunately, this arty going to happen to land on my transports coming in. He now has a big arty piece. 155. Glider rifles got in, but now the Gepard going to get involved. So there we go. See, that was the whole concept here of these Gepards. They do quite well, actually, at anti-infantry support. C phase has arrived. The arty support, though, is definitely going to be an issue. As I don't have a ton myself, and I certainly don't have any in now. Gepard is here, never fear. As it starts to do quite a good bit of damage here. Yep. That was the concept. Seems like big brain idea actually working for once. And now we're having some gun depression issues, of course. Because that's not crap at all. Spartagiani would be dead, so I have to push forward further. Which puts me in range of the bazooka here. And that's not crap at all. Yep. But I did recapture this flag, so 1410 still. That's what I need. I need time. I need desperate amounts of time. So all my tanks died to this M1 gun here. That's a bummer, but it's whatever. Again, it was a misuse. I should have just moved them somewhere else. I don't know what I was sitting there here for. And it's not like I forgot about them. I just had them there. I don't know what I was doing. I really don't. Like, those resources could have been driven up here. I could have taken out this M10. Could have cleared out just a whole bunch of stuff. It was just dumb. Just dumb attack power. You are dumb. Thank you, me. I appreciate your harsh and honest criticism. Try to be honest. You guys think I just beat up on other players? No, no, no. Now the P-47 coming in. There is no A defense. Will my Pack 40 at least take this leader with him? He will. Goodbye, Pack 40. I hardly knew ye. Sagittario, yeah, that kind of pissed me off. I'm not going to lie. I thought I would at least take the P-47 with me. Now, it will die to these Gepards, so yay, hoorah me. But I didn't think head-on that it was going to kill my Sagittario. So that's another 120 points down the drain there. And he now has a commander in, and that's really bad news for me. Like, extremely bad news for me, because I do not have a commander in, which means a veterancy difference is going to make it very, very hard to win fights. And now there's a freaking Stuart here that is super annoying, and I can't go up here because of the bazooka again. So it's just that horrible, perfect combined arms of these new divisions that it's just really hard to crack them. Honestly, I hadn't realized how many infantry got caught, like, here. Be honest with about that. And now it's 15-9 again. My mortar here almost out of ammo. It's now getting some Panzergrens in. Stollstrup Red is getting into the woods, hopefully. Is the concept, at least. The big arty now coming in. It's more reinforcements up north as well. Now the the howitzer, throwing down some smoke. That was me. Yay. Attack power using smoke. Go me. To get these reinforcements in. Which is working. The half-track defending these infantry as they move forward. My Stollstrup Red is losing because of the huge veterancy difference here. Yep, just no chance with the difference in veterancy. FAMO 88 probably going to run out of ammo any second here because they have basically none. And Montagnards with their immaculate sniper rifles just going to wipe me out here. Did have a Panzer IV left, so he has arrived. The sniper rifle's just tearing me apart. Back to a 1410 though. So I recapture this northern flag with my Panzergren and half-track here successfully. Now got some armor up in the hill now that I know I've cleared out some of the bazookas here. As my Gepard and Stug M42 are able to clear out that Goumier successfully. Now a bunch of infantry pushing forward. So the concept is working here. Like the flatline income is starting to kick in. I shouldn't even say kick in. Its consistency is starting to kick in. Already going after my Gepard. I definitely was not moving that enough. And now the infantry leader getting another kill with his bazooka. M42 finding a Hotchkiss to pick on. And now the FAMO is no longer an AA piece, just an AT gun. Panzergren unfortunately getting overwhelmed here. Flag now under pressure. I did finally capture this one back, but there's a ton of stuff here, so not much I can do about it. Now the AB rifle going to get to hop in here and get another bazooka shot off. I mean, this is kind of what happens when you slap a sniper rifle and a bazooka on every unit in a division. Makes it kind of hard. Already landing right on my 88. There goes the FAMO. And again, if this was a normal 88, it would have been hurt a lot, but it would still be alive. And that's again why FAMOs suck. Called in a mortar up north, desperately trying to kill off this like pack in this howitzer. Because now they're cutting off that reinforcement, or there's not a lot I can do. Panzer IV, double star, can't land a hit, unfortunately. Now it's super stressed, so now it really can't land a hit. And finally, the Pack 40 going to find a kill on that. So, yeah, things not going super good. So, yeah, I mean, at this point in the game, it's you know, you can see the time left in the match, and, you know, it's obvious what has happened from this point on. I basically lost this game in the picks and bans when it really comes down to it. I mean, I got the rougher side of the map, and this map is relatively fair, but the red side is definitely harder because of this flag and like this setup, especially when your opponent gets to drive in at 100 kilometers an hour with tractions. It makes it even more like basically, I had no chance of ever being on this hill at the beginning of the game, which is kind of ridiculous. But yeah, I basically let this division through. Semi forgot it, didn't forget it, but semi forgot it, and just thought, okay, I think this division is manageable enough. With its like lack of armor and stuff, you know, you can push in the open and things. But the infantry were so disgustingly good. Like I just on every turn, the infantry just absolutely slapped me so hard that it like made me tear up. You know, that it just wasn't really winnable after a point. Now, on the flip side, I played like crap, and Jaapaasa played very well. So that certainly didn't help at all. Like if I had played well, do I think I would have had a chance? Yes, absolutely. You know, once I kill off all his armor and stuff, he only has what? He's only got 9 M10s in total. So that's definitely like killable for me. But you know, I let his infantry absolutely dominate me and like get on this hill, and then I could no longer like fight tanks at any sort of range, so he was constantly just killing stuff. I let those little M3 guns absolutely eat up my armor, which was terrible. Like, he got so many kills with those stupid little guns, and that's just, you can't do that. And then the waste of points down here, the absolutely atrocious waste of points down here. I think I burned 200 to 300 points for nothing down south, which was so dumb. You know, that was absolutely backbreaking in the beginning of the game. So like that advantage I picked up from my flatline income was completely negated by the fact I just made idiotic decisions down south. And that really broke me. If I had deployed those units up north, I could have pushed him all the way out here to establish an actual defensive line, you know, threw down a Panther or something here, which would have completely blocked everything going on here because he's got nothing in his deck that can really kill that. Like nothing at all. The Pack 40 wouldn't have gotten close enough. Like it was just a lot of bad decisions on my part, on top of letting a really strong division through picks and bans and him playing it really well. So 30 minutes there, we can see an abominable kill to death ratio here of 3,200 to 1,445. It's no wonder I didn't win. Yeah, but yeah, the rule of thumb here is ban every allied division from Men of Steel except Brony Rana. It has to be done. You can't let first special through. You can't let first airborne through. You can't let group Dody through unless you're on Slutsk, essentially. You're just going to get slapped if you do that. It's really rough. It really is. You can see I basically nothing traded well at all. It was really quite a bad game for me. But hey, they happen, you know. Can't all be good ones. But if you guys enjoyed that, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and consider supporting over on Patreon. Thanks a bunch, and have a fantastic day.